this video, we are going to keep working on our backlink strategies by going to online forums and getting some backlinks there. So there are two simple key steps to this strategy. Number one is go where your clients hang out. You're going to have to do a little bit of research to find the kind of forums and threads that they are discussing their problems and getting advice from. And then once we actually know where they're hanging out online, we are going to then help them with advice and content. So you can either link to incredibly helpful content that you've created on your blog, you can provide advice and just have your link in the profile URL. It's as simple as that. So without further ado, let's hop over to Google and I will show you what I mean. I'm going to start by just searching for Quora because that is a question thread, and we're going to look for wedding planning advice. Bam. All of these articles that have to do with wedding planning advice. Now, they're not all Quora. For instance, we also have a article from Huffington Post or Observer.com, and we could just go through here and see which ones are open threads where we can leave a comment, a tip, or some insight. So here's the original thread here. What are your best tips for staying calm during wedding planning? And let's say I had an article around this. I could actually go in and answer the question. So I go in here, write answer. You're going to have to create yourself a quick little profile. Then I go in and say, honestly, the best tip I've come across. And then I can say, I actually wrote an article about this exact topic, but with 12 different ideas. Check it out here. And then I would link to my blog post right here. Right? It's as simple as that. I go through and I provide actual valuable content. We're not just spamming people. And then I would say, you know what, if you want more information, I've written an article on the topic. I don't necessarily even need to do that. In fact, a lot of articles and submissions that we have, I could hit submit here. Bam. And now this has been shared on Quora. And in my profile, I have the chance to actually upload my link and a link to my website so that I'm linking and getting some SEO value from that. Now, I don't know if Quora supports the linking function, but other websites certainly will. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this answer because obviously it's nonsense. So you can even comment on blog posts. So for instance, let's say that we'll try and find one that is a blog post. How should I prepare to officiate a wedding? This is a blog post. We can scroll down to the bottom where there are comments. And here's the top comment. I could hit join in, leave myself a comment, and typically you have the chance to fill out your profile and leave a little bit of information. So post comment as, and there we go. Let's say that was my comment. I go in here, set up my account really quickly, and quite often you can actually add a link to your website within your account profile as well as some information about your business. So just like that, you have some really quick and easy links to your website. Now, one other place you can really quickly build up some great links is Reddit. Reddit is definitely well recognized and trusted within Google, so it's a great place to get links, and there are lots of groups to find them. So for instance, I went on here in Reddit and I found a group called Reddit/Wedding Photographer. Now, in this particular group, it's more or less just people sharing links to their websites. So what I've done is I've gone in here, I've written in Wedding Photographer in Kelowna, BC, and shared my website. So I'm going to hit post. Bam. That post is now live if I go to Reddit Wedding Photographer. And I am in here with all of these other guys. Now, obviously, this post isn't going to get a ton of engagement. Look at this particular group. It's not active. It's more spammy. But what is going to happen is I now have a backlink from Reddit. And Reddit is recognized by Google as being a great, trustworthy website. So I'm going to get some link juice as a result of that. You can also look on different threads. So for instance, this one is again in r/wedding photography, but somebody's saying, share your recent work, show off your recent photos, posts, and your site for fun and fame. And that's from December 5th. So all I would go and do is find a post that I've done recently. So for instance, the one that we just did together and optimized. Grab my gristmill wedding here, and I'm just going to copy it, move over here and say, this wedding in the mountains was amazing. Would love your feedback. Bam. Comment. And I've got a link to my post. Now, there's not a lot of engagement going on in this particular group. I'm not expecting to get traffic from it, but I am going to get some link juice. So that's a really quick way to build some great backlinks. Now, I should mention something really quickly in this particular section of link building. There are two different types of backlinks that you can build. No-follow backlinks and follow backlinks. Now, the difference between these is subtle, but a pretty big deal in Google's eyes. A follow backlink is a link that a website posts and says, this is a great link, trustworthy source, thumbs up. Great. A no-follow backlink is a link that is on a web page, such as a comment link, like the comments we were leaving in these articles, for instance, and those don't have the thumbs up from that website, so to speak. So Google looks at it and doesn't give it quite as much credit as a follow backlink. So when a publication actually posts your work, you're getting a follow backlink most of the time, and that tends to have more SEO juice, whereas a no follow backlink in a comment post or a thread or a social media post on Facebook, something like that, will not give you quite as much link juice in the eyes of Google. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't matter. It just means they don't matter as much. So when possible, build follow backlinks. When you don't have that ability, or if you're just building extra links and trying to really broaden out your profile, no follow backlinks are great and a fast way to build backlinks. That's the big difference. Follow backlinks can be hard. They only come from a blogger posts your work and they link to you directly, whereas a no follow backlink, you can go on to 15 different blogs, leave 15 different comments, and build 15 different no follow links pretty quickly. So it's really up to you to do both of them, but where possible, put your strategy into follow backlinks first. And a really quick disclaimer on Reddit. Reddit can be an amazing place to get backlinks because they tend to be follow backlinks and have high authority. However, beware that when Redditors see that you are spamming or trying to promote your website, doing anything that is not directly invited on whatever thread you are on, you will get crap. So make sure that you are, first off, only posting your info, your blog posts, your links where they are welcome. Do not join and leave links on groups where they're not asked for or welcome. So make sure you're finding the right posts, the right groups, and posting where your content is welcome and actually giving advice, bringing value first, helping people first. Give first, and then you will receive 10 times over. Okay, so that's how to build two types of backlinks really quickly and easily using forums and going where your audience is. I'll let you get to it. In this video of our SEO workshop, we are going to talk about Pinterest and social media, how we can use them to create backlinks. Now, the reason I have here Pinterest and social media is because Pinterest is the primary way that you should be creating backlinks with social media. Places like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, yes, you can create backlinks in a sense. However, Google looks at those as no follow links and they put very little credit into them because they are so easy and so many people can simply post content with links, and so they just sort of ignore them. So I wouldn't worry about creating a bunch of links on social media. Really, all you have to do is when you do post new content, post it on your wall, and that is enough to tell Google, okay, this is being shared on Facebook, check. So you just have to check the box. You don't have to worry about posting in 50 different places and trying to get a whole bunch of traffic that way. I've found that overall, Facebook is not a great place to build your SEO. However, Pinterest is a fantastic place to do so. And there are a couple reasons why, but really one main reason. Pinterest is a search engine the same way Google is. So when pins get repinned, when users actually engage with that content, Google looks at that and says, okay, people are searching for this content. They are clicking on this specific result. Bam, I'm going to boost their rating. So they view every pin that gets repinned as an additional backlink. That's what's really cool. So on Facebook, if you get something that has 1,000 shares, it goes absolutely viral, you only really get one backlink credit from Google. They will look at your shares and say that's great, but with Pinterest, it's far, far more exponential. If you get 1,000 repins, you get 1,000 backlinks to your site. They're not as high quality as our follow backlinks, remember, but they are still incredibly helpful and will generate a lot of traffic at the same time, which winds up building your authority and your trust with Google. So that's really, really great. Every single repin equals another backlink. So really, all you have to do is create one viral pin, and you can get hundreds of backlinks. Doesn't that sound nice and easy? So that is why it is part of our link building strategy here. So here's the viral pin equation. It's really, really simple. One, we're going to find some popular content that people are already engaging in. It's not about reinventing the wheel or saying, oh, what's going to work? I have no idea, and you just guess and hope for the best. That is a recipe for failure or at least disappointing results. What you need to do is find what people are already sharing, already engaging in. Then we're going to take that content and we're either going to tweak it by changing it and just reworking it into something new and fresh, or improve upon it. Maybe there's an article that has 10 tips. Well, we could create an article with 17 tips. Then after that, we're going to create a beautiful pin, very important because Pinterest is still a visual platform, and we're going to share our keywords and tags in the description. The same way we learned with our website SEO, we're going to apply to Pinterest. So let me show you exactly how I would do this. I'm here on Pinterest, and let's say I want to photograph more adventure elopement. So I would go in here and I would maybe type in elopement ideas. And I'm going to scroll down until I find an article. So run away together. Let's elope 10 reasons to run away from it all. Tips for eloping. I could go through and find something that sounds interesting. So 4 reasons why you should consider eloping. So I'd click on here. Pin looks really, really great. So now I'll have a look, and our article has our 4 points. I would give this a read and just see what I can contribute or tweak. So perhaps this is a very popular elopement article. However, maybe I can make an elopement article for specific brides in my area. So this applies to all couples, and it's to get traffic from all couples. But what if I lived near Iceland, for instance, and I created one that was 4 reasons why you should consider eloping to Iceland? It could be as simple as that, and not only am I going to get backlinks from this pin, I'm also going to get very targeted traffic. So if I specifically want brides in Iceland, and I create articles about eloping in Iceland, how much more likely am I going to get those type of visitors to my site than just a general elopement article where people might be eloping in Iceland, or they might be eloping in Fiji or Hawaii or Tuscany? You understand my point. So I would go through and I would create my own article. Now, once I've created that article on my website and I've done all of the SEO optimizations for that, I'm going to create a pin. And now the easiest way I found to create a pin is using Photoshop, because I use Photoshop and know how it works. I go in here, and to find your pin dimensions, I just go in and I will grab any pin. It doesn't have to be this one. But just to get the dimensions, I take a screenshot, head over to Photoshop, and we're just going to close this lesson template for now. Grab our screenshot here, drag it in. And I would just go and make my own pin. Now, in case you don't have Photoshop, which is probably likely, I'm going to show you a free resource you can use, which is called canva.com. So you can go to Canva, create an account, and once you've logged in, you'll have access to all these templates. You can actually create pins in about 5 seconds. So here we go. So once you log in, you'll see something like this. What we want to do is go to create a design, and then we can go down to where it says social media and select Pinterest. So we'll just navigate in here. I will entertain you with my sounds. There we go, Pinterest graphic. You can see it's already pre-sized, which is perfect for us. And you can just go over here, find one that you like the looks of, and apply your post to that content. So it's really that easy. So let's go over here to this one, and let's go with 4 Unreal Iceland elopement locations. Planning to elope. There we go. You can see how fast this is. It's absolutely amazing and totally free. So we're just going to grab that. Maybe change the spacing up a little bit. You get the point. Comprehensive guide to eloping in Iceland. And this could be whatever it is. It could be hiking trails. It could be kayak destinations. It could be whatever it has to do with your business. You get the point. After that is done, we're just going to, we can either publish direct to Pinterest, or I like to download it so I have the full quality version. I'm just going to download, and we'll hop over to Pinterest and I'll show you how to optimize it. And once I have my finished pin, I'm going to go over to Pinterest again. Just go to add new pin here. We're going to drag and drop or select our image. Bam, I would go in here and I would type in my title again. 4 awesome reasons to elope in Iceland. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but I just want to make sure that I have my main keywords. Elopement guide, maybe, if you wanted, but I would probably put that down below. So I'm going to grab this. Read this guide to eloping in Iceland and book your tickets today. Right, so I'd have that, then I would put my link right here to my website. It's important you have it in the actual description, because sometimes it gets lost in this URL. So you want to make sure that that stays in the description. Then I put it in my URL as well. Choose a board. So I would probably make a board if I'm doing elopement type posts, and I would add that to my elopement board. Another thing that you can try and do is get onto group boards or share it on another board of somebody else's if you have access to that. Again, we're going to talk about that in a future workshop, but the idea is you share this pin on your board, and hopefully if it's engaging content, you are going to get repins. And so once you have those repins, those backlinks are coming, you're going to get a lot of traffic to your website. So you're not only getting backlinks, you are also building traffic and authority in the eyes of Google. And it's really as simple as that. So that is the long and short version of how you build backlinks using Pinterest and social media. It's as simple as finding great engaging content, creating something new or better, and sharing it. I hope this was helpful. I will see you in the next one. In this video of our SEO workshop, we are building backlinks by becoming someone's case study. Now, this is one of my favorite ways to build backlinks and also build relationship for future referrals and partnership collab opportunities. So what is being someone's case study? Essentially, it's becoming their success story, somebody that they can brag about and share your story to show how awesome their product, their service, whatever it is that they do is. And the thing is, when it comes down to it, all people, anyone who has a blog or a business, they're constantly looking for testimonials. Think about how nice that would be to have people raving about you on your website about how amazing your photography was, how great your service was, how you were worth every single penny and 10 times more. Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't you appreciate those people? That's exactly it. So people are looking for testimonials. We're going to give it to them. Remember, it all comes down to give, ask. When it comes to working with other people, you want to provide value first. You want to help them first. You want to do something for them. And as a result, once you've provided a ton of value, then you can ask. Then you actually have some right to say, hey, would you mind doing this for me? So what we're going to do is start by thinking of blog, services, courses, gear, or resources that you love or have helped you in your business, in your personal life, whatever it is. So for instance, there might be a blog that has been helpful for you, maybe not. Then there are services you might be using. A smaller service that is more bespoke and is more likely to probably feature you. Just think of whatever services you use, whether it's booking software, accounting software, things that you use like that. Maybe there's a course that you've taken that has been super beneficial and you've seen a ton of results from, or just resources you use. Maybe it's so things you love, things that have helped you. Go ahead and stop this video, make a short list, grab a piece of paper and try and think of 10 to 15 things that you absolutely love and have made a big difference in your business. Blogs, services, courses, gear, or resources, okay? Go. All right, so I'm assuming that you paused the video and did that. If not, please pause the video now because this is very important. We have to apply this stuff to see results. Now, after you've done that, we're going to contact those people and we're going to thank them. We're going to share our story without them asking us for it and share why we love it. Share why it is that it made such a big difference for you. And if possible, show them the results. Give them information. So let's say that I took this SEO course and my website started ranking, or maybe I started getting inquiries, or maybe my knowledge went through the roof and I am so excited to apply what I've learned. You don't necessarily even have to have had a huge success story yet. It could just be, I love your work, I love your product. So you reach out to those people and you thank them. You say, hey, this has been so amazing for me. Here is why I loved this, and this about it. These are the results I got. Just wanted to share and say thank you. You are absolutely amazing. And so there are a few ways to do that. You can reach out via direct email. You can comment on a blog post on their website, or you can comment on a social post when they share something. So direct email and social posting is definitely the best way to actually get a response, because blog posts, sometimes people don't look at their website closely enough and they'll miss a blog post comment. However, there is an advantage to blog posts that I'll show you right now. So let's say that you were heading over here and we were going to go to Two Bright Lights because we love their service. It's been absolutely amazing for us, right? If you head over to their blog, and we scroll down, you can see right at the very second from the top, we've got 5 do's and don'ts of a successful wedding submission by Jasmine Norris. And so Jasmine is talking about how she's used Two Bright Lights and seen so many publications as a result, and then she shares some of her story and some tips that she's learned along the way. So as a result, she has a link to her website and several pages of content on this very highly trafficked blog, just talking about how awesome she is, right? So she's got her link right here. Now, probably she didn't do this because they reached out and asked. She probably actually contacted Two Bright Lights and said, hey guys, this has been so amazing to use this service. I wanted to say thank you. I booked 30 weddings in the last 2 months. It's been amazing. And then they read this email and they say, wow, that's awesome. Would you like to share your story or provide some insight to future customers? Now, another thing that you can do that can be very helpful is, let's say this article was super helpful for me. I would go in and say, this was amazing. I took what I learned applied it, and literally booked 3 weddings in 20 seconds. Right? Let's say I have a really, really amazing story, and then I would put my name in here, my email, and my website. Right? And the cool part about this is once I actually post my comment, there is a link to my website in this little testimonial. So what's great is these comments are going to be engaged with, liked, and probably responded to by the owner. And I'm also getting a backlink without having to do anything else. So that can be one option as well, and an advantage of leaving a comment. Now, of course, the reason that you would do a social media response instead of a comment response is because typically when people post social media, they are looking at the comments right away and they are on there when they post it. So let's say that I posted 2 signature edits and I posted this new blog, and you responded to my post. I would get a notification up here saying so-and-so responded to the post, and I would go and I would check it, and I'd probably write you back right away. So that's an option as well. Now, my preferred method, if possible, is contact the person directly. So let's say that you're reading this little article we have here on getting 10 times more photography reviews. All you go in, and you would go contact, and write us and say, hey Ryan, this was amazing. I applied your advice, and I've seen some incredible results already. Can't wait to take my business up a notch in 2019. And I am absolutely certain it will be all because of this article and my cat. He's very supportive. Okay, so you write something like that. Tell me exactly why you liked the post, what it did for you, and chances are very, very good that I will write you back and say, hey, thank you so much. Now, you could also say, I would love to do an artist feature on your site or share this story in depth in a future blog post. Let me know if you'd be interested. Either way, feel free to use my testimonial wherever you like. Best, Ryan. Right, and so I'm saying I'd love to do an artist feature on your site because I know that Signature Edits does artist features, or share my story in depth. Now, obviously, if you have results, it's going to be much more likely that this person, blog, or business will actually share your work, or if you have a social following, especially the larger your platform, the more likely people are to respond to you and say yes. But even if you don't, let's say that you read this article, you went out, you applied what was in it, and you received 20 reviews inside of 24 hours. Wow, that's a great success story, and I want to share it with my readers. So I would definitely follow up and give you a featured artist post. So hint, hint, if you are wondering where to start with all of this, you can start by simply going to our website and leaving a post, sending me a message telling me about something that has made a difference, and you never know, you just might receive a artist spotlight. So for instance, down here we had some artists who actually talked about using the Candid Posing Guide. So as a result, we took Hannah's work and we featured her on our site. We did a write-up, an interview with her, and you guessed it, we backlinked to her site. Now people all over the world are seeing her work as a result of her simply saying, I love this product. So that is a definitely awesome way to start getting your work out there and to create some great backlinks, be someone else's success story. And listen, I'm going to give you the easiest way possible to get one of these backlinks. It's super, super simple. All you have to do is share your experience with this course. As we're winding up our SEO workshop, simply reach out to me. Let me know what you learned. Let me know your experience. Let me know your success story, the results you've seen, and I will give you a backlink. That is a promise. I will backlink to you, and you will have your link in front of thousands of visitors every single day. Super, super simple. Just give me your feedback, and we will give you a backlink. That is an absolute promise. I want your feedback. I want to know how we can make this course better, and I also want your story to be able to share with other people, to encourage them that you can do it, and they can do it too. So give me your results, give me your story, reach out, and let me know how you found this course, and I will give you a backlink. It's as simple as that, all right? I will leave you now with this strategy. Go out, apply it, and start seeing results. All right, guys, you have done it. We are concluding our SEO workshop. This is the wrap-up video. Wow, what a monster that you have gone through. There was a ton of content in here, and I guarantee you have learned absolutely everything you need. All the strategies that you need to rank, you have learned as a process of going through this course. Now, the reason that we have this video in here, the reason we're wrapping up isn't just to say thank you, goodbye, I hope you have the best time of your life. No, it's because we need to actually emphasize something very important. So listen closely. Knowledge is said to equal power. That's a common phrase you might have heard before, but the truth is that this is absolutely incorrect. Applied knowledge, that is the only thing that matters. If it's applied, if you take what you learn, if you actually use it, then you see results. Otherwise, it's just knowledge. It's just a book sitting on a shelf. If you're not going to take what's inside that book and read it, it will never change your life. If you aren't going to take the contents of this course and apply it, I have a 100% guarantee for you. All right? This is 100% guarantee, does not change, will happen 100% of the time. You can learn everything there is to know about SEO or any other topic, but if you don't actually apply it, I guarantee you, this is my 100% guarantee, you will fail. You will fail to see results. You will fail to see progress if you're simply watching videos and hoping that vicariously somehow your website is going to make itself rank. It's not going to happen. And the same goes for anything. If you are not applying knowledge, you're not taking what you learn and actually putting it into action, you will fail. And I guarantee it. I want to see you win. So you need to apply what you've learned, okay? If these videos were educational for you and you went through and you said, yeah, that's great, next video, yeah, that's great, next video, next video, next video, and you went through everything, but you didn't actually apply any of it, now it's time to go through and actually, step by step, take what is inside the videos and apply those action steps. If you don't, you will not see results. If you do, I guarantee you that consistent action over time gets results, period. Now, depending which city you're in, depending on how large of a location you are trying to service, depending on what type of business you're in, it's going to be easier or harder to get your business to rank. But consistent action over time wins every time. It gets results every time. If you just keep going, and you don't quit, you will get results. That's a guarantee as well. You need to take what you learn and apply it. And I know that firsthand this stuff works. Application is everything though. It's going to be a lot of work. It's not easy to do SEO. It's not easy to get your website to rank or else everybody would be doing it. You have to apply what you've learned. You have to do it consistently over time and you have to put the work in to see results, okay? So that is why we're putting this in the wrap-up video to tell you if you did not apply the stuff inside of here, you got to go back. We're kicking you in the butt and saying, if you want to see results, this is it. This is the guarantee. Apply it, you'll see results. Don't apply it, you will not see results, period, okay? So thank you so much for taking this course. Thank you so much for sitting through my incredibly endearing speeches. I know you are motivated. I know you are ready. I'm just kidding. They're not that endearing. But I do my best, so I hope that they were listenable at the very least. I hope that you learned some things. I hope that you were able to take some action and that you start seeing results. Now remember, SEO is a long game. Typically, if your website is new or you're just starting to apply these strategies, it's going to take you a couple of months to start seeing things rank. It doesn't always have to. If you have a really great article, really great content that is being shared and you put that on Pinterest, apply the different backlink strategies we went through. If you're really crazy nuts applying that, you will see results much, much faster, but give it 6 months to a year to expect to see those real rankings start to soar and see that long-term fruit. It's a long-term game. You have to be in it for the long haul, and if you are, you will rank. And the beauty is, once you start ranking, once you have applied this stuff, you will have no problem continuing to rank. So once you rank, it's so easy. So easy to continue to rank because all you have to do is just maintain what you've already been doing. You don't have to do any more legwork. In fact, my website, I'm not doing as much wedding photography anymore, and it's still ranking #1 with hardly any effort. It's a beautiful thing once you get to that place because then business comes to you without any effort, without having to spend on ads, without anything else. So ranking is easy once you're ranked. So go ahead, apply what you've learned, start getting those rankings going. Thank you so much for taking this workshop. I truly appreciate you trusting the information in here. I guarantee you'll see those results as long as you remember that application consistently applied over time is what gets you results. That's what does it. So thank you for this course. Please let me know what you thought in the comments below. If there was something that wasn't covered, please reach out, contact me. We will be updating this course occasionally with new content as strategies change and new strategies develop. And I wish you the very best of luck in your future and in all of your SEO endeavors and just your everyday life. Really, what it comes down to is a good life, not just a good business. So I wish you the very best in all of that. Thank you again for taking this course. Make sure to give me your feedback so I can continue to improve and serve you, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.